Alright, so welcome back, gentlemen, to this new tutorial. So now we're going to be discussing how can we use the HDRI maps. So these HDRI maps, they add much more realism, much more better than this sky texture. So basically, you can use this website. It's called HDRI Heaven. It provides 100% free HDRI maps. You can download and use them. So now I got two of these. I got this one, the default one, and this Simmons Down Rocks or something like that. So I'm going to just show you how you can set it up. So previously we set the texture, sky texture. I'm going to just remove it, disconnect it from here, and Shift A, let's add an environment texture. So this one, I'm going to just go ahead and connect the color to the color, and over here I'm going to be opening those HDRI maps. So this one, let's start first with the default one, the first one. Okay, so now let's switch to the render view, just so that we can see it. And basically, as you can see, we're projecting some realistic lighting into our scene, so this adds a lot of photorealism to our scene. Also, you can tweak, for example, the strength. I'd like to set it to 1.5 to have a strong HDRI map. Okay, 0. Also, I'd like to show you something if you want to spin around this HDRI map. So as you can see, we have the sun right here. So the way to spin it around, let me just switch back just to avoid any lagging. So Shift A, we need to add the mapping node. This one, and also we need to add a texture coordinate. So Shift A, let's add a texture coordinate, this one, and let's connect the generated to the vector and the vector to the vector. So right now we can see we have this rotation values. You can spin around the z-axis. Let me just show you. So over here, so let's for example give this one 30 degree just to spin it around a little bit. And as you can see, we got our sun here, so meaning that this is the way if you want to change that size. Also, if you want to move it up a little bit, that HDR map, you can, for example, set this one to 0.1 meter. Actually, it's doing the opposite effect, so we need to do the opposite, so minus 0.1, so that we can lift it up a little bit. And we can be able to see our sun, something like this. In my case, let's just give it 0.002. Yeah, something like this, just subtle increasing of height for sun. Yeah, something like that. Maybe, yeah, let's try 5. I'd like to be able to see my sun. All right, something like this. Okay, and also for the strength, I think I'm gonna go with 2. 2 is fine, just to emphasize that I have a better lighting. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead right now and give our scene a render, and I'm gonna be saving that for later on. Okay, also over here, let me just get back to the solid, and let's see our final render. I think I need to do some tweakings to my scene. I'd like to switch or to play with the camera a little bit. I don't like that view. So let me just select my camera. I'm gonna GY, something like this. Okay, now I think it's looking pretty much better. Okay, also let me just spin it up. Okay, GZ, or even let's keep an eye those buildings. Okay, so let's switch to the render view and let's see what we got. Yes, this way it looks pretty much better. Also, let me just spin around this one. Let's give it only 20 or just 10 degree. Let's see. I'd like to place my sun right here. Sun, yeah, that's even awesome. Okay, I'm gonna just reduce it down to something like 0.3. I'd like to make it hidden inside those buildings. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm gonna just render this, and in the coming lecture we're gonna start working on the compositing.